Hello, this is János, it's Reverb Audio, and today I'm going to share something that I promised, recipe for speaker cable. So far I haven't shared any recipe for DIY speaker cables yet on my channel, and this will be the first. So I'm going to show, actually I'm showing it right now. So this is my old speaker cable that I made over 20 years ago. So this is about 22-year-old speaker cable, and this is how it looks. What is the recipe for it? Very easy. Take clear packing tape, 3M packing tape, and lay down one strip of silver wire, one more, and then put another piece of packing tape on it. So when you lay it down sticky side up, you put the wires into the sticky, and then you put another one sticky side down so that the non-sticky surfaces are outside. And it's very important to use 3M tape. Don't use any other brands, because other brands might look like this. They might look clear, but the sticky material inside, it will break down. It might be partially conductive. Over time it just falls apart, and it's not good. So use the original 3M one, and even after 20 years, look, it's perfectly clear and transparent. And look, if you see the wire, I don't know, there you can see it, it doesn't show any sign of oxidation. So it's a really nice, super nice protective material. And what is the wire that I'm using? It's a gauge 20 fine silver, and I'm just using it bare, so there's no terminals on it. You are terminating the bare wires, right, Kintaro? And I mean unterminating them, and just use the bare wire for contact. And when you don't use any terminals on your wire, then you don't have the degradation that it provides. You also don't have the ruggedness that a strong end that you put on the cable gives. So it's a little bit more fragile. Do you need to worry about it? Well, this has survived over 20 years, so I would say no, you don't have to worry about that unless you abuse it. And I think I have abused it a plenty, but even after 20 years it looks this good. I would say you don't have to worry that much about the longevity of this kind of DIY speaker cable. And you would say, where would I find a wire for it? Should I look for Teflon coated one or something like that? Don't look for Teflon coated one, because this wire, I mean the tape, will give you the protection. And when you look for Teflon coated silver, that jacks up the price like 5-10 times, and you would be just wasting your money there. And where can you find that wire? You can find it from jewelry supplies. So let's look at my tablet, and where is it? Here. You just type into your search engine riogrande.com. This is where I'm getting my silver from. You can use any other jewelry store you want, and here just search for fine silver wire dead. If you just type it in, and it already tells you fine silver wire dead soft. And that's why I love Rio Grande, because they have dead soft annealed silver wire. So this is 3N silver, but it's of the dead soft variety. So often when you're looking for 4N silver, they usually come in just the soft version. So when it's that soft, it is a much more desirable thing, even if it's 3N than a 4N silver that is only soft anneal. So, and what's the other benefit of using such wire, the 999 dead soft? It's that it is like 5 times cheaper than 4N silver wire. So here we go, and you choose gauge 20. You can pick the gauge sizes there. Click on gauge 20, and now length. And then you can choose how long you want, and they will give you the spool with that length that you want, and that's a nice thing. And so for example, you want if you want 10 feet long speaker cable, that's really long, I would suggest go with the length that is absolutely minimal between your amplifier and your speaker. So if you have a situation like me, that you have a monoblock and then you have your speaker next to it, so in this case I would use a 1.5 meters long cable to connect. That's still longer than this, but I would not go for a meter length because that's the absolute worst. So these length generally 0.5 meter, 1 meter, 2 meter, 4 meter, 8 meters. So these are the length, if my camera focuses on it, that you must absolutely avoid for both speaker cables and interconnects, because these are the most excellent at picking up EMI RFI that we have in the room. So what you want to have is like 0.75 meters, and going lower like 0.4 meters, and then 1.5 meters, 3 meter, 6 meters. So these are the length that you want to have your speaker cable or interconnect at these length. So if you have monoblocks, then like if you can put them on a stand close to your speakers, then you can go with the 0.75 meters. In my case, I could go with 1.5 meter, but these guys are 3 meter, that is 10 feet long. So this thing is like 10 feet roughly. So it's like 5 feet, 2.5, and 1.2 feet, something like that. So how much will it cost you? So like gauge 20. So if we are going for, let's say, 1.5 meters, that's like, what is that, 5 feet, then we will need like 5 feet. For a single cable, you need 2 pieces, right? So you need times 2, and you need a pair, left channel, right channel. So it's total times 4. So we need 20 feet total. So here, let's punch in 20 feet. 20. Good. There it is, 20 feet, and it says, where does it say 20 feet? Does it say? Did it calculate correctly? I don't see. Dimensions. Huh? It says $34.71 because it's a little over 1 ounce. Okay, so that's why it really confused me, because it's very close to 1 ounce. So basically you need about 1 ounce of silver wire for that length, and it's going to cost you almost $35 to have a pair of speaker cables made of pure silver of very high quality. And why I'm saying very high quality, because you can have very different grades of silver, very different anneals of silver. If you listen to Audionaut, Peter Quadrup, he really says there is a massive difference between silver and silver, depending on how they mine it, how they anneal it. It can sound like heaven, or it can be brittle, cold, and dead and gnarly, and just plain terrible. And he is absolutely right. You can go anywhere between these extremes, and this dead soft anneal fine silver from Rio Grande, it is Oops, I'm sorry.